Welcome to the Clean Slate podcast, brought to you by CleaRank.com.
Yeah, welcome.
We're going to be taking a look at DXtrade today.
Right.
Put it through its paces, here at CleaRank.
That's right.
We want to give you a really clear look using our clear score system.
Exactly. Give everyone a solid understanding of what it offers, strengths and weaknesses, where it could be improved.
And we didn't just glance at this thing. We put it through, we've tested it across 8 brokers and prop firms.
That's right.
So first glance, what do we think?
Well, overall clear score, 4.1 out of 5.
Interesting.
So really interesting, some good features, but some areas where it could be better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's start with, the first thing you see.
Yeah.
The layout.
The interface, the platform itself.
Yeah.
First impressions, pretty good.
Yeah.
Very modern, intuitive.
Yeah, feels good.
Yeah, one of our team members even compared it to like Apple iOS, that kind of smooth, sleek feel.
Yeah, I get that.
We gave it a 4.5 out of 5 for the interface.
Yeah, and the drag and drop, being able to customize your workspace is a big plus.
Absolutely set it up just the way you like it.
Yeah, and I like the white labeling as well. We saw that with the DerivX.
By Dreer.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Brokers can just plop, their branding on it and off you go.
Yeah, keep that same look and feel.
Absolutely.
We did notice, though, the mobile version felt, a little more cramped
Yeah.
compared to the desktop.
A little bit. Not a huge issue, but something to note.
Yeah, worth keeping in mind.
Okay, so let's move on to charting. That's obviously a key area.
Huge, 4.2 out of 5.
Yeah. And the standout here is Trading View.
Built-in trading view.
Yeah, if you've used Trading View, you know it's top-notch.
Fantastic charting.
Over 100 indicators.
Yeah, everything you need, really.
Social sentiment, pattern recognition tools, all that good stuff.
And you can trade directly from the charts.
Yeah, directly from the charts.
That is huge.
We timed it.
Yeah.
Looking at your USD and then executing a trade.
What do we see?
35% faster.
Wow, that's massive.
When markets are moving, it's critical.
Really is.
Now, the mobile charting, again, not as polished.
Yeah, we saw that a little bit with the platform itself.
Some lag when switching time frames.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the advanced drawing tools are missing from the mobile app.
Right.
So if you're a scalper, if you're relying heavily on mobile charting, that could be a drawback.
Yeah, definitely something to think about.
All right, let's talk about automation.
Very important.
Absolutely, especially these days. Clear score here, 3.9 out of 5.
So, bit of a mixed bag.
Mixed bag, yeah.
Yeah.
On the positive side, it has a REST API, very developer-friendly.
Okay.
So if you can code, you can integrate it with Python, R, all that good stuff.
That's great for developers then.
Absolutely. Very powerful.
What about, for those of us who can't code?
Right. There's a strategy studio built-in tool for creating bots without coding.
Yeah.
Now, to be honest, it felt a little undercooked, I guess you could say.
Okay.
Our team spent about almost 4 hours trying to figure it out. Something you can do in minutes on MT5, on MetaTrader 5.
So not very user-friendly.
Not at the moment.
Right.
And then there's the back testing. Only goes back 1 year.
Oh.
MP5, over 10 years of historical data.
Large difference.
So you're really limited in how much you can test.
Right.
And then stability. Stress tested some complex bots. They crashed about 18% of the time.
Not great.
Not ideal.
Especially if you're relying on those.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then this is a big one. There's no community algo library.
Oh, wow.
Like MT5 has thousands of free expert advisors just ready to go.
Yeah.
They have to build everything from scratch here.
That's a big, big disadvantage.
It is.
Okay, let's shift gears a little bit.
Yeah.
Talk about execution speed. Very important, obviously.
Of course. 4.3 out of 5.
Okay.
So pretty respectable.
Right.
Under normal conditions, very impressive. 0.2 seconds for Euro USD, spreads as low as 0.0 pips.
That's very competitive.
Very competitive.
How about during, high-impact news events?
Like a Fed decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did see some slippage, 2.1 pips on average.
Okay.
Still better than most web platforms.
Okay.
CTrader actually did a little bit better there, 0.9 pips.
Interesting.
So something to note.
Yeah. Always good to have comparisons.
Right, we also looked at crypto.
Yeah. How was that?
BTC USD averaged about 12 tips.
Wider than some of the exchanges, like Coinbase was 5.
Exactly. But they're using BitGo for liquidity.
Right.
And we didn't see any requotes.
That's good, especially in that volatile crypto market.
Absolutely. We also tested microlots, 0.01 lots, executed flawlessly.
Okay.
And the depth of market widget, really gives you a clear visual of liquidity.
It's nice to have those visuals.
Absolutely.
Yeah, MetaTrader could use some work on that, the older interface.
For sure.
All right, mobile experience.
Yeah, we've mentioned it a few times.
It's DXtrade's Achilles heel, I think.
You could say that.
3 out of 5.
Yeah, pretty concerning.
Yeah.
You can place basic orders, but major news releases, we saw freezes.
One of our team members actually got logged out mid-trade
Yeah.
during the NFP,
Oh, wow.
and charting tools froze for 12 seconds.
Yeah, and this wasn't just isolated. It was across multiple devices, different networks.
This seems like a platform issue.
Right, landscape mode had some issues too. Complex layouts it struggled with.
3-second delay for the charts to load.
Yeah.
Just buggy and slow overall.
Yeah, real shame because the desktop platform's so good.
It is. Hopefully something they'll improve in the future.
Definitely.
Okay, risk management. This is where DXtrade shines.
Yes, this is where it excels. 4.8 out of 5.
Almost perfect.
Real-time adjustments to margin, commissions, leverage, no server reboots needed.
Wow, that's huge.
Right, we simulated a 20% spike in gold volatility.
Hooray.
DXtrade updated instantly.
So if you're a broker,
Or prop firm.
especially a prop firm,
Yeah.
you can instantly adjust margin requirements during a flash crash.
Absolutely.
Which MetaTrader, that could take, what, like 15 minutes?
15 minutes, server restart, the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a game changer.
And then you have prop firms like FTMO
Right.
who use those automated triggers to manage trader drawdowns.
Exactly.
And in our, our test, simulated NASDAQ Q100 meltdown,
right.
DXtrade closed positions milliseconds before hitting the max loss.
It saved a lot of virtual capital.
That's impressive.
It is, and it's not just for brokers.
Mhm.
Individual traders get institutional grade safeguards.
What, like the GSLOs?
The guaranteed stop loss orders, yeah.
Yeah.
Held firm during a 15% Bitcoin flash crash.
That's really good.
You don't see that on most retail platforms.
And then the risk dashboard
Oh, yeah, the risk dashboard.
gives you that consolidated view, right, across all your asset classes.
Forex, crypto, stocks, everything.
Everything in one place.
Yeah, flags overexposure way faster than something like CTrader.
That's really valuable.
Absolutely vital for responsible trading.
Okay, so who's actually using DXtrade?
Right, so we see some big prop firms,
FTMO.
FTMO, Blueberry funded, but there's a lack of adoption by the big tier 1 regulated brokers.
Yeah, you're not seeing, your fusion markets, your IC markets, your tasty trade. They're all sticking with, MT4, MT5, CTrader.
It makes sense those platforms have been around forever. They've built up that trust.
They have the algo marketplaces. Uptime's fantastic.
Huge user base.
DXtrade's newer.
Yeah.
But the white labeling thing, that seems to be a draw for prop firms.
Yeah, for prop firms, smaller brokers.
Yeah.
That customization, that control, it's appealing to them.
Yeah, so it seems like they're kind of targeting a specific segment.
Yeah, at this stage.
For comparison's sake, let's look at, CTrader, kind of feature-by-feature comparison.
Right.
So first off, DXtrade's web and mobile only.
Yeah.
No desktop applications. CTrader has all three.
Right. Charting, DXtrade's got TradingView integrated.
That's just great.
CTrader has its own, native charting, very advanced as well.
Yeah, very good.
Automated trading, DXtrade has the REST API, the basic strategy builder.
CTrader has CalGo, a C# API, a dedicated marketplace for robots.
Yeah, community support's another big one. eTrader has active forums, tutorials, tons of resources.
DXtrade, not so much.
Not so much.
Stability, CTrader boasts 99.9% uptime.
Yeah, Descartes hasn't quite demonstrated that yet.
And then the regulatory landscape, right?
Big difference.
DXtrade, mostly unregulated brokers,
Mm-hmm.
prop firms.
CTrader, widely adopted by, tier 1 regulated brokers.
Yeah, that probably plays into that adoption by the bigger firms.
Absolutely. And mobile trading, CTrader's fully optimized, very stable.
We saw the issues with DXtrade. We
Yeah.
actually even looked at, website data.
Using refs.
Yeah, SEO analysis.
CTrader has a much higher domain rating, more organic traffic, more referring domains, backlinks, traffic value.
Yeah, they've been around longer,
That definitely plays a role.
but it does show you the difference in market reach.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's recap
Yeah.
DXtrade. What are the good things?
The good, sleek, modern interface, especially on desktop.
Very user-friendly.
Yeah, the TradingView integration is fantastic. Direct trading from charts. That 35% time saving is huge.
Risk management tools, absolutely top-notch.
Real-time adjustments, those GSLOs, really impressive.
Multi-asset agility, you can trade anything.
Yeah, and it's a prop firm, darling, FTMO, Blueberry funded, they trust it.
And the API for developers.
Very developer friendly.
So those are all really, really good things.
For sure.
Now, where does it fall short?
All right, well, mobile experience needs work.
Big time.
Lag, freezes, delays. especially during those crucial moments.
No desktop app.
Right.
And it's not widely adopted by the big brokers.
It's something to note, yeah.
And then automation kind of feels like the automation orphans right now.
Yeah, no algo library, that basic strategy builder.
The crypto execution could be tighter.
Needs work, yeah.
And that 1-year back testing limit
Really limits what you can do.
So 4.1 out of 5.
It really is a platform with so much potential.
It is.
But it's also falling short in some key areas.
Yeah, mobile, automation, big ones.
So what's the takeaway?
Well, if you're a mobile-heavy trader,
Yeah.
be cautious.
Maybe wait for updates.
So Trader's a good alternative for now.
Right.
Algo developers, MT5, it's still the king.
With that massive EA library.
But prop firms, low mid-tier brokers.
Yeah.
DXtrade's a solid choice.
It really is.
It's got that potential, but they need to address those limitations.
They do. So it makes you think, what's the future for DXtrade?
Right. Is it going to be the next big thing?
How's that balance between, innovative features and fundamental stability going to play out?
That's a good question.
Yeah. What do you, as a trader or an institution, prioritize?
It's a good question for everyone to ask themselves.
It is.
All right. Well, that's DXtrade.
Thanks for listening.
Make sure to check out CleaRank.com
For more in-depth analysis.
We'll see you next time.
See you later.